Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 12, and two sneak peeks we got for the episode. We got one that features Negan and Aaron, and then we also got one that features all like the Hilltop madness, and pretty early on in the episode, it has to do with King Ezekiel and the kids at the Hilltop. So we're gonna break down both of those in this video. I also want to talk a little bit about a deleted scene from Episode 11, and I want to talk about this deleted scene because I like the deleted scene. I think it's interesting, and it sort of brings up the whole discussion with Kanye and Magna and what's gonna happen to them, because we don't really see them. We haven't seen them in a while, and I don't know when we're gonna see them. Is it gonna be like after the Whisper War, or what's gonna happen? But because of that, I also want to talk about the deleted scene. So, like I said, we're gonna go and break all that down in this video today. Spoiler warning, obviously, in case you haven't been caught up with The Walking Dead. And if you are a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe for more Walking Dead content. But with all that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so starting off with the Aaron sneak peek. I really like this sneak peek. Well, it makes sense why Aaron is the one to run into Negan, but basically what happens here is that Aaron is in the woods. This is gonna be like after all the Hilltop stuff. Everyone's gonna be like pretty much like split up, I think, in the woods, because they're all trying to like run out and get out of the fire. So they're all probably gonna get split up. And we have Aaron here, and he runs into Negan. And I love that it fits that it's these two characters, because remember, they spent a lot of time together early on in the season. I mean, before making the video, I was thinking about that, and that felt like it was a totally different season. Like season 10A felt so long ago because of how long the break was. But yeah, that happened this season. Those two were spending a lot of time together. Aaron and Negan, or not a lot of time together, but there was like a one full episode where they were in the woods. So, and Aaron was really mad at Negan, so it makes sense why it would be Aaron running into Negan here. And he actually sees Negan with the Whisper mask, so you can obviously tell that he is very, very angry at this. And Negan tries to explain himself. Aaron like pulls out his knife, and then Negan puts up the bat. So Negan is like still ready for a fight. He doesn't want to fight though, because he's trying to like explain himself. But Aaron is like really angry. Aaron like Negan says like, don't do anything dumb, and Aaron basically says the only thing dumb would be if I let you live. And then we have a bunch of these walkers coming up. And I love the look on Aaron's face as these walkers just pass Negan, because obviously he has the Whisper mask, and like he's talking to Negan, he sees the walkers and he doesn't say anything, because I think he's expecting like the walkers to bite Negan or something, and they walk right past Negan up to Aaron, and you can see the transition in his face from like just trying to play it cool, and he's just like super shocked. So I don't know, this is a little thing I loved about this sneak peek. And then he starts backing up, and Luke is actually knocked out here. We saw this in the trailer, and he's knocked out. He's alive, but he's knocked out, and Aaron has been like pulling him because he's trying to like get him to safety or something. And the sneak peek kind of ends off there with the walkers going past Negan, and Negan is safe, and Negan just walks off, and Aaron is left dealing with all the walkers. So it's a bit scary because, like I said, Luke is knocked out here, and there's nothing for him, and there's like a ton of walkers, so Aaron is just gonna have to kill all these walkers. Now, I don't know why Luke is passed out, like we didn't get to see that in the sneak peek, obviously, but he's injured. But I'm sure Luke is gonna be fine. I would bet that he would be okay, because I don't know, like I don't see them killing a character like that, like a main character, injuring him and then a bunch of walkers eating him. Like, it could happen, who knows, but I think he'll be good. I mean, Aaron has definitely shown some badassery as of late, so I think Aaron is, and he's really angry here, so I'm sure he's gonna go off and kill all these walkers. But yeah, it definitely makes it seem like a close call. And then Aaron, Negan just tries to get out of there, and he leaves because obviously the walkers aren't after him. Negan actually says something interesting right before Aaron cuts him off. He says, "I can explain," and I think he was trying to actually explain what's gonna happen. And I know Negan isn't really like a bad guy. He's just trying to get by and survive and trying to get to Alpha. I think he's trying to kill Alpha. We'll see if he does it or if it's Carol. But I really think he's trying to kill Alpha just so he can improve his loyalty to the main group. So I think when he's trying to say like, let me explain, I think he's really gonna try to explain that, but again, Aaron just cuts him off. But that is where that sneak peek ends off. Again, I'm sure Luke is gonna be fine and Aaron's gonna get out of it. But moving on. And after, you can see like a lot of people still angry at Negan, and then after, I'm sure if Negan is the one to kill Alpha, I'm sure after doing all this he will be. Aaron and everybody else will be okay with Negan. But again, that is where the sneak peek ends off. And the next one I want to talk about is the one from The Talking Dead. And this actually was part of the opening minutes, so I think you guys have already seen this. I made a video talking about the opening minutes, so I'm not going to talk too much about the sneak peek, but just so for those who are wondering, the sneak peek is from The Talking Dead, and it was from the opening minutes where we have Gamma running over to Lydia and telling Lydia not to go and join, go back to the Whispers, not go back to her mother because that's what Alpha wants. And then Lydia says like, I'm never going to join her. So that, pretty much tells us that Gamma and Lydia are going to be part of the good side. And then it cuts to King Ezekiel, and he's with all the kids, trying to gather up all the kids and get to safety. And he says, wait, and he kind of stops and says, wait, where's Judith? And that is where the sneak peek ends off. Now, if you watch the opening minutes, you already know what Judith is doing. She's just, trying to help out everybody. She's not like all the other kids. She's like more independent. And she's just killing like walkers and whispers and stuff like that. And, she's going to be fine. Earl comes and grabs her while she's doing it, and she's gonna get with the other kids. But that is that sneak peek. Now the next one I want to talk about is a deleted scene that I really liked. It was from episode 11, this last week's episode, and it features Daryl and Yumiko in the woods. Now remember, they were out looking for Connie and Magna, and in the episode we just saw them come back to the hilltop, so we never saw this scene. But I'm just gonna quickly explain what they're talking about, because I think it's sort of important to what's potentially gonna happen to Connie and Magna, especially Magna, because I really wish it didn't delete this scene, because we don't get too much Yumiko. Like, this is a really good scene between Daryl and Yumiko has a lot of good dialogue and is talking, because we don't really see Yumiko talk that much. Like, she has scenes here and there, but I kind of wish it didn't delete this scene. But if you look at the whole episode, I guess it kind of makes sense, because it feels out of place, or like it's not like 100% needed, in terms of what the big picture for the episode was. But still, I thought it was a nice little scene. That's why I want to talk about it. I don't really talk about deleted scenes, so that's why I'm talking about it, because I like this one. Alright, so basically what happens in this deleted scene is that Yumiko is practicing her bow and arrow, and Daryl comes and says, what are you doing? Or Yumiko says, what are you doing? And Daryl says, perimeter check. And then, Yumiko says, same. But she's just frustrated about the whole Magna and Connie thing. And Daryl says, I'm not giving up on them. Like, I'm not giving up hope. And Yumiko says something really interesting. She says the last thing she told Magna was to get lost, go find somewhere else to sleep. And we remember they were having arguments early on in season 10. So that was, we didn't, and she said to get lost, go, find somewhere else, and now she's gone. And I think that's important, because what if something really did happen to Magna? And I have this feeling that something did happen. And after watching this scene, I'm like, okay, maybe something really did happen, because that would obviously really affect her character, develop her character. And, when characters on The Walking Dead lose loved ones, it changes them. And, we haven't really had, these are newer characters who they're trying to establish on the show. So that effect could happen. And especially if they want to keep Magna, or if they want to keep Yumiko around for a long time, losing Magna could definitely change her character. Now, does that mean it's going to happen? No. Magna could very well be alive, because, yes, that is kind of harsh if Magna just dies and, nothing happens between them. But at the same time, it could happen, because why are they building up all this, this tension and this ambiguity that something is summing up with Connie and Magna, just for them to both be alive? Like, maybe one of them doesn't survive. Maybe it's Magna, or maybe it's Connie. Who knows? But the point being that, nothing really has happened to Magna's group. Nothing too much. And there's been a lot of worry around their characters and a lot of, like, tension and stuff like that. But nothing has really happened to their group. just yet in terms of the whispers. So we'll see if something does happen. That's why I kind of wanted to bring it up. Like, does this scene sort of like hint at the fact that Magna died or something, and she didn't make it out, or she saved Connie, or vice versa? Connie could also potentially die, and that would definitely change Daryl's character, because Daryl has started really liking her, and it could really affect Carol. I mean, it's gonna affect Carol regardless, because Carol's gonna blame herself. But you guys get the point. Like, I think the possibility of one of these characters, either Connie or Magna dying is possible. But let me know in the comments down below. What did you think? Did you like the deleted scene? Did you think they should have added it? I liked it because we don't get too many Yumiko scenes, so I kind of wish they kept it in. But let me know what you think about the sneak peeks, the opening minutes, all that kind of stuff, deleted scene. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Do you think both of them are gonna survive, or do you think Connie will survive? Do you think Magna's gonna survive? Let me know. As far as this video goes, I am gonna wrap it up there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And for more Walking Dead videos, be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.